Yo, what's up? Ricky Sanders here. If you live for fast cars, greasy hands, and solving problems under the hood, welcome to your new favourite spot. I'm all about real fixes, no BS, and showing you how to keep your ride running like a champ. So go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's make some noise in the garage. Enough talk, let's get ready.
Most likely, such a breakdown occurs at the moment of changing gears, or pressure on the accelerator pedal. First there is a decrease in revolutions, then the engine stops on the move and does not start. If the car suddenly stops on the move, the reasons may be in different systems. Fuel reserve is exhausted, battery failure, ignition switch failure, fuel or oil leakage, the engine stops due to overheating, electrical. Equipment malfunction, sensor malfunction, fuses are out of order. In this situation, only professional diagnostics will save you. Self-repair is contraindicated, unless you are a professional. A good indicator is the clutch. If it is depressed, the subsequent load on the engine will tell the nature of the defect. Let's proceed to a detailed description of the most possible reasons that the engine stalls. Low quality fuel. If the car stalled for the first time since the moment of operation, you should check the quality of gasoline. The main advice when refueling is not to save on fuel quality. Choose a gas station from a branded manufacturer. Bad fuel is a frequent cause of sudden engine stalling. The main sign is a stalled engine when you depress the clutch and gas pedal, which is accompanied by a smoky exhaust when starting. If, in addition, the car stalled after you refueled, you can be sure of the cause. The only way to fix the situation is to get rid of bad gasoline and replace the fuel filter. Faulty spark plugs. The main signs of faulty plugs: the car jerks when starting and detonates the aggregate compartment. At such signs it is necessary to check the condition of spark plugs. Unscrew them and measure the gap and the presence of fouling. If there is soot, but the gap is acceptable, it makes sense to simply clean the electrodes of the plugs. If the gap is large, cleaning the contacts will not help. You will have to replace the entire set of plugs. If the plugs are contaminated with oil, it indicates wear of the engine cylinders. Clogged air filter. Car owners usually forget to change it in time. A clogged air filter does not allow the fuel mixture to be enriched with air. As a result, the engine lacks oxygen and begins to choke. Checking and replacing a clogged air filter is not difficult for the driver. Malfunctions of the fuel pump. The fuel pump is responsible for supplying gasoline to the unit. The engine can simply stall if the pump does not deliver fuel to it. The only way out in such cases is to replace it with a new one. The main sign is a resetting of the gas, sluggish reaction of the accelerator pedal. Clogged fuel filter. You should know that on injector systems, the fuel pump is located under the rear seat, and on carbureted systems, near the camshaft. Contamination of the fuel tank also causes the filter to clog. There is another reason that prevents the fuel pump from working is gasoline boiling. The problem appears in the summer heat, and during idling in a traffic jam. In such cases, the car stalls at idle speed, but later starts. Only turning off the engine to cool it down can help. Also, turning on the cabin heater will help, which leads to the release of heat from the engine. Electrical problems. If suddenly the machine stalls and none of the above items help, the problem should be looked for in the electrical part of the equipment. The most common cause is the failure of the electric generator, starter. As a result, the whole mechanism begins to be powered from the battery, which quickly discharges its resources. The cause of starter failure can be a belt breakage, contact failure, or the unit itself. Sometimes the cause can be a malfunction of the battery itself, such as oxidation of its contacts, so try to keep the battery contacts clean. Sometimes the car can stall at idle due to incorrect firmware of the onboard computer. This can happen due to illiterate tuning, overclocking, of such a system. Such faulty electronics works well at high speeds, but when driving at 1000 RPM makes the engine stall. Only resetting the onboard computer to factory settings can help. Why the car stalls at idle. Consider the options when the engine stalls at idle. In addition to contamination of the fuel pump, fuel, and air filters, there are problems in engines whose system is based on the injector. Breakdown of the idle mode adjustment is exactly the disease of the injector. To check it, you need to rotate the crankshaft with the starter, simultaneously adding gas. The engine will start, but stalls when you press on the gas. The solution to the issue is a complete replacement of the element. The next, it is littering the throttle in the carburetor, or injector. The problem is solved by cleaning the throttle plate. Carburetor system problems. Carburetor engines often stall when idling. The main reason is their contamination. The solution to the issue is to constantly clean this system. Wash the carburetor should be washed in special solvents, as well as with a special aerosol cleaner. Car stalls on the move. Bad fuel system. In conclusion, experiencing a car stall at idle can be frustrating, but understanding the potential causes can help you address the issue effectively. Common culprits include problems with the fuel injectors, carburetor malfunctions, or issues with the engine's air-fuel mixture. By diagnosing these areas and taking appropriate action, such as cleaning or replacing components, you can restore your vehicle's performance. Regular maintenance and timely inspections can also prevent these stalls from occurring in the first place. Remember, a well-functioning engine is key to a smooth driving experience. Thank you for watching, and drive safely.